It's time for the Big J and BB Show, hosted by Ryan Green Machine Ebner. Catch these shows live on Twitch Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Central Time on twitch.tv/UndeadRedBull.
Let's jam. Welcome in, everybody, to the Big J and BB Show, doing Turnover Tuesdays, which is our sporting show that we do weekly, where we go over all the news and sports from the soccer field to the football field and everything in between. If you want to listen to more of these episodes, as well as our Weebisodes and weekly gaming shows, find us on your podcast platform of choice, such as Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, and many more. Just go to Big J and BB Show. Just search it on your podcast platform of choice. Do it. Follow, like, subscribe. All the above. Do it all. Also, just point out, I'm not trying to pat my own back or anything. We did do a review on Weebisodes 6 of Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I will fucking tell you, dude, maybe my favorite podcast I've ever done. It might be. Honestly, it was so good. Like, shout out to Big Papa fucking Sunshine Mike and Guadalupe. Shout out to them for the way they organized it. And, like, I don't know, man. That was just good. Even if you're not interested in that anime, I think it's a good listen, just because we dive into all the deepness about it. So I actually really like that. If you're looking for us on Twitter, make sure you go to @BigJBB Show on Twitter. Find us, follow us, tweet at us. Let me know that you don't like my hot takes about Donald Trump being a piece of shit. That's cool. If you don't, I'll call you racist or something, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. All right? I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But I will tell you to fuck off. So just so you're aware, Facebook.com/BigJBB Show. If you go there, you can like, but the takes aren't as hot. They're pretty lukewarm over there. Not gonna lie. Because it's Facebook, bro. People's families are on there and shit. Fuck that. I ain't trying to get in all that. You can also find us on Instagram. Search Big J and BB Show. Every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Time, roughly, we're on twitch.tv/UndeadRedBull, where we do our gaming weekly podcast. You'll also find that then the next day on your podcast platform. If you missed the live show, that's cool. But while you're there, make sure you give David a follow or a subscribe, especially if you have Amazon Prime. You give him a free subscription every month, man, just using Twitch Prime. It doesn't cost you anything. It just comes with your Prime membership. So make sure you give him that at twitch.tv/UndeadRedBull. While you're there, make sure you follow twitch.tv/slap_nugget. 2 P's and 2 G's. I would tell you to subscribe to him, but he's not affiliate yet. But give him a follow so we can get him to affiliate. Let's do it, man. He's playing some Among Us, man. Let's get there. Every Monday, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to correct that starting now because our new schedule changes for Natty Nights. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. On Josh's Twitter, @JoshBarlog, I sit down with him. We record Natty Nights around 8 p.m. Central Time, going over national sports news as well as local Chicago sports news and whatever the fuck else we come up with. So make sure you check that out. And if you miss the live streams, you can find that podcast where you found the Big J and BB Show. Just search Natty Nights. If you're looking for some sweet merch, including the brand new neck gaiter that has the Undead Red Bull logo and Stay Breezy on it, go to UndeadRedBull.tv and click the merch tab. Also, you can get a Big J and BB Show shirt, a jacket, maybe an Undead Red Bull shirt or hoodie. It's all there, so check it out. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't buy any of the Big J and BB Show shirts or anything right now because we're going to rebrand it. But I would buy the neck gaiter because it just says Stay Breezy. So I would do that. And the Undead Red Bull stuff, of course. So make sure you do that. And, of course, if you are looking to upgrade your gaming chair experience, go to triumphchairs.com and use the code Big J and BB Show, all one word, for 10% off your order. God, I'm going to start pre-recording all this shit in the beginning because it is a fucking ton, dude. My God, let me bring everybody in now here for turn up.
You just need to do that.
I think I'm going to, bro. Fucking tires me out. Of course, I got to do my thing. I am Ryan Green Machine Ebner, a.k.a. BB, a.k.a. member of Swole Team 6, a.k.a. the man followed on Twitter by John Cena himself and liked by Olivia Munn. And that is still current as of October 6th. So, fuck yeah. Also, a.k.a. the 2-time Garage Champ. And I am joined by, from North Carolina, Brendan B.K. Kennerly. Damn, you could have took a piss while I was doing all that, bro. How you doing?
I could have taken a thumper dumper, dude. That was like movie trailer long, bro. Like an extended sneak peek, red band movie trailer right there.
Like the old Disney ones, like when you would watch the DVD and it'd tell you what's coming next.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. I'm also joined by Petey Tahiti Argus. Pete, how's it going?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic, but yeah, going back to like your monologue, there at the beginning. My God, I honestly thought that me and BK weren't going to say anything on the podcast, and it was just going to be just you talking. I thought I was listening to a podcast, of your starting. But hey, you nailed it. Like it was very good flowing, but also you were also talking about your most recent podcast that you had. I actually did listen to it. You guys nailed it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you guys a shout out. You guys did awesome on that. So, but yeah, you probably should record, that part at the beginning just to save your voice, for the rest of the podcast.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have that recorded, and then I start in with just, and I am, bro, I agree, and then that's how it should be. Probably how it should be for now.
Oh yeah,
we'll figure it out. I don't know, but man, that was it. It's come and goes. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes it's not that long. And then sometimes I just like my brain. You know what it is? It's because I have a Google sheet. Spoiler alert for breaking the fourth wall here. I have a Google sheet that tells me the ads in order, so I like keep up with it. And I wasn't looking at it this time, so it's all coming off of my head, and I get kind of stumbled upon. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Let's dive into this with something obviously we're very passionate about. The NHL updates. Gary Bettman came out tonight before the draft and announced that the season will be begin on January 1st. Cool. Good to have hockey back. That part, very interesting, obviously. And then the draft was tonight. Who knew? Not me.
I didn't.
Nope.
Couldn't have even told you what pick the Hawks had. Didn't even know until I looked.
Yep. 17. Had to look it up. Yep.
Yeah, the Caps had
No
24, but then traded up to the 22nd with the Flame. So, fun stuff.
Is this I guess a bad mark against the NHL for marketing? Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Could not been like a worse spot to do. I mean, we were talking on the pre-show, like, oh, let's just do it during Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Baseball is only in the division series, and guess what? The NFL, they're heating up a month into the season. So you know what? Let's throw the NHL draft in there because we're stupid. And you know what? They could have done it on a night when the finals weren't going on. Why couldn't they do it like tomorrow?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like why?
I mean,
Tuesday?
I don't think it. Yeah, like I just
Tuesday's a
don't
weird
understand
day.
that part of it. But I actually did watch some of the draft. And the third pick, I think, was Ottawa, and they had Alex Trebek actually announce it.
Yes, I
Like
did see that. That's
in the
cool.
form of a question. That was cool.
But other than
So they
that,
nailed that part.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Glad you guys got Alex Trebek. But I watched that because it highlighted on my phone. And I was like, oh, that's cool as fuck. Because I love Jeopardy. But other than that, I'm like, okay, cool. Honestly, it's like the MLB draft. I'm not going to lie to you. It's the same thing. Like, I could give a fuck about the MLB draft half the time. They don't market it well.
Well, it's so long, and then with the minor leagues in baseball, like the draft it's different than basketball and football.
Yeah, hockey's kind of in the same boat. I mean, I cannot pronounce that dude's name that got picked by the Rangers.
Oh
yeah.
All I know is he's already 81 overall in the new NHL game.
The
Wow.
dude's stud.
Yeah,
Lafreniere.
There
I'm
it is.
guessing.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be French Canadian,
Yeah.
so it looks French Canadian.
Just like the Freakster, French Canadian. You love it. You love it. The friendly surrenderer. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just like, okay, cool. I mean, like I said, baseball kind of in the same boat because they both have minor league systems, like you said, and then it's like they just can't market it, bro. An NFL draft, like I could see a dude in the 6th round still make an impact right away. And the NBA draft, there's only 2 rounds, so it's not that bad. I could turn off the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I'd probably turn off after the Bulls.
Just do that. Just honestly turn off the 2nd round of the NBA draft. It's usually.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
good draft. Good times.
We're all there for like the 1st round, and mostly we're there for the most part. Let's just all be real.
Yeah, it's all
I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes you'll get a superstar that drops later, but not really.
Yeah. I mean, the 2nd round's all for guys that were good in college and they just make it on their name, or it's some guy from overseas and no one even knows his name, but in 3 years he's a stud. Like, I mean, that's really just what the 2nd round is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. BK, why don't you take us to the pitch?
Well, it was a busy week. But let's get started with the women. As we know, this thing that's happened here in 2020, it's COVID-19. Wild stuff. If you're just hearing about it, we've been on lockdown, all this other stuff. It's affected sports mightily. So the women here aren't playing a whole lot of soccer for obvious reasons of COVID. So, but big soccer superstars from the women's team are going overseas across the pond to play for their club or professionally, whatever you want to call it. Alex Morgan, I know you guys know her, and she's absolutely gorgeous.
She sure is.
Yep, easy on the eyes.
Oh, yeah. She's going to go play for Tottenham, which is kind of duties because I'm an Arsenal fan. So, I mean, hope the best for her, I guess. Kind of. Ugh. Then Kristen Press and Tobin Heath also on the women's national team. They're going to Man U. Wish they could have gone to a different team again. Then Sam Lewis and Rose Lavelle. Rose Lavelle had the final goal for the U.S. women in the World Cup championship there to take it all. So that's another big name. They went to Man City. Man City is the one that's owned by the Saudis. They have all the money and a lot of shady stuff. But good for them. And also, another important thing with this is that the women's jerseys outsold the men when they actually initially transferred over for 3 straight days. Oh. Alex Morgan, and I believe it was Kristen Press's jersey. And Tobin Heath, I think, was second behind Kristen, but still outsold the men's jerseys for Tottenham and Man U. And Tottenham actually had a very big transfer come in around the same time of Gareth Bale. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but he actually played when he was younger for Tottenham before he transferred away to Real Madrid. So very big deal. Women's soccer is professionally, like with the club teams, a little bit bigger over there because all the men's teams have a women's team. So like I said, Tottenham, Man U, Arsenal has a women's team. I follow them. They're very, very good. They were better than the men's teams last year. And you can usually watch the games for free on stream, like on their website. You don't have to go through like Reddit streams and like crazy like stuff where you're like, don't click here or you have a virus forever. Kind of stuff. So it's really, really cool that it's getting more attention, and so hopefully more Americans start watching the EPL and the WSL over there. So hopefully you guys may watch them. If you don't, whatever. It's all right. It's soccer, so I don't take it personally. But now on to the men. It was transfer day deadline. Do you guys know what the transfer day deadline is? Let's start off with that.
No, sir.
No. Okay. we know what trade deadline is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Same thing.
Oh.
It's just like, okay. So if you a transfer is a trade where, like you want to like a guy's on another team and you're like, I want him. And then you negotiate with a team to pay them money for that player. They'll say like, all right, we believe we'll have his release clause set at like 50 million pounds because we'll just assume we're British. And then they're like, well, no, we want 60. And you negotiate, blah, blah, blah. You get it down to 50, 55. You pay him that release clause. And then you still have to negotiate with the player and then sign him to a contract for him to come to your team. And so that's transfers. And that's how
insane. Wait, so quick question for you, BK. So, can they just do that at any time? Like, so let's just think for Patrick Mahomes. Just hypothetical. Next year, like, I'm sorry to do this, Ryan. The Bears just want to go all in on Patrick Mahomes. They're like, screw it. We're just going all in. Like, could they do that, or how does it work in soccer?
Yes, they can. So, like, you have a summer transfer window and a winter. The summer's usually longer because that's like when the longer break. The winter one's only about a month or two. And literally, a guy can transfer in any period, however many times he wants. And so it pisses off a lot of people too because the teams pay a lot of that fee, and the player actually doesn't see most of he hardly sees any of that fee, of that 50 million transfer fee. He'll get a raise from the new club, but guess who gets the fees? Agents. Agents get a huge cut of the fee, so that's why they try to push along. But yes, yeah. So even if a guy has a contract, let's say for 3 or 4 years with his Spanish team, and you say, no, I want Big Dick Nick. You want Big Dick Nick in Spain and you want him to come play in Britain? You're like, all right, like I know you guys just signed to a contract extension. You know, is there anything we can do to work this out? You can even go to the player's agent, talk to them, and get them to agree upon a contract before you even do a release clause or anything like that, and try to work something out potentially. Where it's like, that's why you'll see like fees in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
That is insane. That's insane.
Damn. Wild.
They also get paid weekly wages, so it's not based on games played. So,
man,
fun fact. It's a little different. But I'll get away from the boring stuff. But hey, we're learning stuff today.
We sure
Yeah.
are.
But so the transfer day deadline just happened. Arsenal actually had a really good deadline. Brought in Thomas Partey. He's Ghanaian. I think I'm saying that right. Brought him from Atletico Madrid. Huge transfer. It was around, let me check my notes, see if I had in there, $58 million American, because I converted that over from pounds to make more sense for the American audience that we have. He's going to be a good box-to-box midfielder for us. He's probably going to be involved with a double pivot with Granit Xhaka there in the midfield, so that's going to be really, really great. Arsenal brought in some younger guys. I can't even say their names correctly, but they're 18 years old. They're going to be on the under-23s. Think of it like the minor leagues. That's what they just brought him in. They're just going to have him down there just develop for a few years. Lucas Torreira, Matteo Guendouzi went out on loan to Atletico Madrid and Hertha Berlin, respectively. They weren't really playing anyways. So, and when a player goes out on loan, think of it as, I'm trying to think of a good analogous here, but there isn't. All right, so when you send a player out on loan, you still have to do it within the transfer deadline, but you're saying, hey, we don't think this guy's going to play a lot for us this year. We're going to loan him to you for a year or two. And then you work out with the team that you loan him to, like, okay, we'll pay like 50% of his wages. You pay the other 50%, and you get that guy for either a year or two. It's not a permanent trade, if that makes sense.
That's insane. That's another weird thing.
Yeah.
That's
weird.
weird, man.
It is,
weird.
but they do it to increase the transfer value. So, like, if that guy's not playing for you a lot, but you invested a lot of money into him, you want him to play, so you send him elsewhere where he can play, increase that transfer value, so the next transfer market, you can get more money for him. Or he hops in your lineup because all of a sudden a spot's opened up, he played really well there, and you want him in. So, you got that as well. And we're almost done soccer for all of our listeners here. So maybe we'll keep doing this or not. Hey, let us know if you actually like the soccer talk or not, and then I'll just cut it out of the notes.
I would say right now. So while we're on here, right? You also, what we're trying here, right? Giving it a shot, recording a video part of this, which I've never done, never ever. So I don't know. This might look like ass. I don't even know. We're giving it a shot. So if I'm gonna upload it, youtube.com/BigJBB Show. Hit that subscribe button, and let us know in the comments or on Twitter @BigJBB Show what you think. If you want more soccer, I'm down. It's always interesting to me because I don't know shit. I don't know anything about it, so it's fine. Like, I don't mind. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I didn't know what the fuck a transfer day. I don't know what any of that is. So that's dope. Let us know.
And then final recap here, just to cover some of the scores from the weekend. Arsenal, my team, won. Sheffield United, great win. Your team, the Wolves, beat Fulham. Newly promoted Fulham 1-0. Good, solid win there. Tottenham beat the shit out of Man U, which is like, I hate Man U and I hate Tottenham, so fuck them. But they spanked them 6-1. Huge win. And then the biggest win of the weekend, Aston Villa upsetting Liverpool, the defending champs. Liverpool is one of the best teams in the world, not just Europe, the world. They're like a top 3 team in the world. Aston Villa beat them 7-2. Like a baseball score. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot of scoring.
Oh, Jesus
Yes.
Christ. I'd be excited for that. I'd be like, oh, my God.
Exactly. So, you know, like Ryan was saying, let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll actually get into the more American, the NBA up. Over to you.
Thanks, BK, for taking us to the pitch. Back to the American side of things across the Atlantic. Here we go. The NBA is in full swing here with the NBA Finals now. LeBron and the Lakers and AD, they took a quick 2-0 lead with the Heat. The Heat were also like just banged up, man. Banged up, and they still are, right? Game 3 came along, and Jimmy G Buckets, you know what the G stands for, was out there making plays, baby. He got a triple-double, 40 points. Tyler Hero hit some clutch shots as well late in the game, and they beat the Lakers in game fucking 3, baby. No sweep. That's always good. Pete, where are you at right now with this Heat and Lakers series?
I mean, I feel obviously the Heat needed that game, so that was huge. Jimmy Butler, one hell of a performance. I mean, not only does he play as well as he did, he was efficient, 14 of 20 from the field. He played 45 minutes. Like, I don't think people know how tough that is for him to do that. And guess what? LeBron's guarding him, and he's guarding LeBron. So it's not like it's an easy matchup on either side. So for Jimmy to do that, that was so impressive. Game 4, I mean, just a quick update. The Lakers are up 4 with like 3 minutes left. So, I mean, they're hanging tough. And like you said, Ron, I mean, Bam's been hurt. Thank God they at least had Bam back in this game. But Dragic got hurt too. No, I've been impressed. I mean, Lakers, it just feels like the Lakers are just, I mean, they went up 2-0. It looks like they're going through the motions. I don't know. I mean, with the Lakers, they should definitely win this series. But hey, if they keep, going kind of lackadaisical and keep the Heat in this, if they get confidence, they're in trouble.
100%. BK, where are you at right now in this series?
I think P2 hit the nail on the head there at the very end if the Lakers keep playing, lackadaisical, that is a hard word to say.
Yeah, right.
It'll give the Heat a chance to crawl back into the series because that's what they've done the entire playoffs. It was, them and the Nuggets. They just seemed the teams that were just going to crawl back, not give up, and we're just going to kind of keep knocking on the door. Hey, we're not going anywhere. We're here to play. We're here to kick your teeth in. I honestly was a little afraid after the Lakers went. Goodness, I was like, I thought this series was going to be a little bit closer. And then Jimmy Butler, wow, just what a performance. And I put this in the notes here. No one else on the Heat had over 18 points.
Rough.
So it just, it reminded me of when Allen Iverson was on the Sixers and he was going up against the Lakers when he was going against Shaq, Kobe, that team. And just, AI had no one else on the squad, and managed to win. It was like 1 or 2 games in that series, which was just remarkable that Allen Iverson could do that by himself. And that's what Jimmy Butler's performance reminded me a lot of.
Yeah, like I said, I thought, Jimmy just gutting it out, man. And then my brother texted me tonight, updating me, and he's like, bro, why is Iggy Iggs just bodying the fuck out of LeBron right now? Dude's like 40 years old, out rebounding LeBron, playing tough defense. I'm like, hell yeah, baby, that's Iggy Iggs. I love it. I think this is such an interesting. I said it before. I thought the series would be super interesting just because of the way the Heat play and what does that match up with the Lakers. And then game 1 and 2, they were like, fuck you, Ryan, and your opinions, because the Lakers are gonna beat the shit out. I'm like, oh no. And then the Heat, man, just the grit of Jimmy Butler and the rest of those guys to get that win. In game 3 was huge. Right now, like Pete said, they're down, but see, man, hang tough. And I think, man, the Heat pick up the win tonight. This is anybody's series again. I mean, this becomes a real good series because then it's like, bro, they're beating you when they're beat up. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, no, BK, you go. What were you gonna say?
I was and Duncan Robinson hasn't even played that great. He's kind of been subpar like this series and actually towards the end of the last series. So like if he just gets going, gets hot on the 3-pointers and Tyler Hero just kind of stays hot, like woo. the Heat can score points in a hurry. If those guys are hot, like wow. So I mean we'll see them.
100%. Pete?
Yeah, and I just think for the Heat, like I guess more on the Lakers. I mean, you look at the Lakers in their playoff run, they haven't been tested. I mean, really at all. I mean, the Heat have been, in hard-fought series, so they're more battle-tested. So if these games come down to the end, the Heat have been there before, and guess what? All of the pressure's on the Lakers. No one thinks that really the Heat are going to win this series. So you put all that pressure on LeBron, put all that pressure on Anthony Davis. You got to think, I mean, this is also Anthony Davis. He's not even used to winning even a playoff series before this. So, the amount of pressure to be on him, we don't know how, he'll perform there. So, if they can make it close, anything's possible. They got Jimmy Buckets, man. So,
The G stands for gets beep beep. Drive home safely. Fuck yeah, I love Jimmy Butler. Real quick before we move on from the NBA, how do you guys feel about LeBron walking off? 10 seconds left in the game.
Bad luck. I think that was a really, really bad look for him. I just feel like if you're LeBron, that's a bad look. You are, the icon. You're the guy of the NBA. I think that was not a good look for him.
Hasn't he done that before though?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't like it before, but I guess I wasn't on the podcast before, but I didn't agree with it before, but it's kind of in his character. So I guess I'm saying we should have expected it a little bit. So I guess we should all expect it to get upset again. But like I said, it's in bad taste. What didn't the Pistons? Yeah, the Pistons did that in the Last Dance documentary.
Yes.
They said didn't shake hands and all that shit. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, it goes back to where when you're playing youth sports and you're like, all right, shake the team with the other hand, blah blah blah. Always do that, and they don't necessarily have to do that when you're older. Look at MLB. You never shake the opposing team's hands. You always shake your own teammates' hands. I always thought that was so weird for baseball. Like, hey, good job, our own team. You never did anything to the other guys. I always thought that was weird. So, I don't know.
I agree. Yeah, my big thing with LeBron was just the pizza's not a good look, man. Not a good look. You're supposed to be the guy, and when you do that, you got to remember that you have kids watching this, people that look up to you, and when you walk out, it's just a bad look in general, bro. Just don't be a bitch. Honestly, that's how I feel. I love LeBron James. I've loved LeBron from the jump, and that is my dude. I love him. But when you do that, that's why people call you a bitch, hands down.
Yeah,
that's why they do it.
And my thing is, real quick, just on that, why did he do it with 3 seconds left? You can't stay on the court for 3 seconds. What?
I have
what is the point of it?
With him walking out and not wanting to talk to the guys or whatever. I mean, honestly, besides COVID, but I understand also if he's just fuck that, I just want to get to the locker room. Dope, that's cool. Why leave early like that?
I don't get it. I just don't get it. You can't say that you're getting ready, to leave or whatever. You're staying there. You're not going anywhere.
That's what I said. I'm you got nowhere to go, bro. You're just going back to the room.
Where are you going?
You guys don't want to walk
nowhere. Where are you going? Fucking nowhere.
Bro, did you check out? Bro, they got some new shows. The Big Jim BB show about Evangelion on their pod. I gotta check it out. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh
yeah. I want to Chris Collinsworth you real quick there and suck your dick a little bit like he does on Sunday Night Football. It was a really good podcast. I listened to it today at work. It was good. I listened to the gaming and that one as well.
I thought he was about to Chris Collinsworth me and go like this. All right, I'm back. And just slide the fucking.
All right,
do the slide.
No, because Chris Collinsworth is always sucking dick on Sunday Night Football. He can never give constructive criticism where it's just every guy's a superstar. Where it's nah, dude, that guy just signed a 1-year contract from the street. I mean, yeah, great for him. He's making millions of dollars now, but dude, he's not a Pro Bowler. Come on, stop sucking his dick.
It's the Eagles and Niners, bro. Just chill. Just chill. Not a big
deal. Yeah.
Unless it's George Kittle, I don't need to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
Dude, all these guys suck. All right. Don't worry about it. You see CJ Beathard out there, pride of Iowa.
Imagine Chris Collinsworth calling a replacements game on NFL game.
Maybe.
He would make it sound he would suck all those guys' dicks. Right there, just on the field. They'd be just lined up on the 20, and he's just going down.
God damn. I wish that I was going to the NFL next. But speaking of Chris Collinsworth, but I'm not. I'm going to baseball. Let's go to the dime, and the playoffs are in full swing. Pete, how do you want to do this? Do you want us to talk about the Cubs and Sox now, or do you want to talk about the Mets?
Yeah, let's start negative. Let's start negative.
All right, well then, I guess if that's the case, we're gonna start with you. So the Cubs 2-0'd by the Miami Marlins, who hadn't lost the playoff game until today against the Braves. Where are you at, Pete, on the Cubs? This is your moment.
They stink. They're terrible. We're doo-doo. Our offense is terrible. Let's just retool the whole team. The core's done. There is no core. There's nothing. Get rid of it. We got to dismantle it. I don't know who you keep. I think you keep Chris Bryant. You keep Rizzo. honestly, after that, there's question marks. Like, Schwarber's probably got to be gone. You could see, honestly, like for Baez, you try to see what you can get. I don't know. You explore things because this offense is dead. It's been dead for 4 years. You have to figure something out. And like with the whole front office shakeup too, Theo might be here for 1 more year and then he's gone. He only does a 10-year thing. So I don't know what the hell he's going to do before he leaves, but they got to figure something out because their core can't hit. I mean, ever since like the World Series between Baez, Rizzo, and Bryant, they're hitting like 180. Like, if that's supposed to be your core piece, something's wrong. You need more contact on this team. They made the Marlins pitching staff look like Nolan Ryan was out there. They had 1 run, and it was Ian Happ with a dinger. Okay? Ian Happ is the only hitter that I respect on the Cubs team right now. Okay? They just played so bad. I feel bad for the starting staff. I feel bad for Darvish because he just dominated this year. And then, you know what? You know what the Cubs decided to do? Let's just not hit. Let's just not hit. He pitched great. Good for him. Hendricks is good. I don't know what they're going to do with Lester, but they got to figure stuff out. I mean, and I know we'll probably get into this with the AL and NL Central, specifically the NL Central, but my God, the only reason they won that division is because it stinks. Okay? They were frauds. They showed they were frauds. I don't know what they do this offseason, but they have to make moves because changes have to be made. If I'm looking at the starting 9 right now, I keep Hayward, I keep Happ, I look to trade Schwarber, you keep Bryant at third, mostly because who are you going to replace him with? Like, my thing is, well, when they're like, oh, well, the Cubs are going to trade Chris Bryant. Okay, who are you replacing him with? I don't see a stud third baseman coming up, don't even tell me David Bodie, okay? And then at second, I think you bring back Kipnis. I think he did fine. You platoon him with Horner. I think I'm okay with that. Rizzo, you rework the deal. Obviously, you keep Rizzo. And then catcher, you keep Contreras, but you tell Contreras, dude, keep your cool. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, he was, like, just yelling just for no reason. Like, you were yelling for a walk. Or you got hit in the arm, and you're, like, yelling to your dugout. Like, I love the enthusiasm, but, dude, you just got hit. Like, let's just calm down here. So you keep him, and then you got to retool the starting staff. You got to rebuild the pitching staff, and that bullpen was bad. I mean, so there's a lot of things the Cubs really got to do. But hey, the NL Central, not great. So they might be back here again, but who knows? That's my Cubs rant.
You didn't mention Baez.
Well, no, I was thinking about Baez. So Baez, I don't know. Like, I feel like he definitely regressed this year, and I'm just worried about. I just feel like in that Cubs lineup, you got too many guys that are swing and miss. You need more contact in that lineup, and he is not part of the contact. So, because his deal's up after this year or after 2021, so they got to rework something there, or they got to look for opportunities for a trade. So, I guess you got to keep him. He's so good defensively. I'm going to blame this year just on the COVID year for him and a lot of other guys. But, no, they got to take a long look at themselves and stop saying, hey, you know what, our guys will improve. We have the roster. I don't know. Do you? Do you have the roster, though?
Overall, how'd you feel about David Ross's first year?
Oh, I think Ross did a great job. Okay. I think Ross did tremendous. I mean, for a first-year manager, I mean, it seemed like the Cubs were actually – I think the locker room was a lot like 2016 and 2017, the team that really liked each other. I feel like that was something that was good. I mean, no offense to Joe Madden, it was time for a change there. And Ross, I think, has been, spectacular with that. I mean, I thought initially it might be a little awkward, since he played with most of these guys. But, no, I think he did a great job. I don't think there's anything to complain about. I mean, he can only do so much. I mean, he was trying different things. I mean, he put Baez in the 4 spot, in the cleanup spot for most of the year, and then he started to regress. And you put him down at 7. You moved Hayward up with a little bit more contact. But yeah, he can only do with what he's got, and I think he did a great job there.
Yeah, I think he did. I thought Ross did a great job overall. I mean, listen, the Cubs. Going into the season, I was like, I don't want anybody. I don't think people should sleep on them because they've been here. This is a short season. It's one of those where this is a sprint now. So maybe the Cubs are better built for that. I honestly, listen, I said it before. I thought that the Cubs were going to smoke the Marlins. I really did. I was like, no, dude, like, come on, bro. Like, this is, I think Hendricks, game 1, he's at Wrigley, boom, easy dub. Yu Darvish, 100%, bro. Dude's pitching out of his mind. And the bats went ice cold. I mean, ice cold. Real bad. Flipping it to the other side, Sox got eliminated too. It took everything in me not to just be angry. Because I'm like, I know. And you're seeing it right now. You're seeing it right now with the A's against the Astros. Like, they're just not that good. They just weren't. They're beat up. The pitching staff this bullpen everybody talked about that was so great in the regular season, which it was, is getting hammered. Even the Sox were able to get runs against that bullpen, which was huge. My biggest thing with the Sox and what I guess would have kept us out of playing the Astros was manager decisions. That's in my opinion. I think that Ricky Renteria. Pete, you can touch upon it, right? He was there for the Cubs. He's a guy. Ricky is a guy that, listen, he did a great job with these guys. He's really good camaraderie with them and everything he's been able to do. But there comes a time when you have to decide, is this the manager to take us to where we want to go, which is obviously a World Series. Rick Renteria, in the same position that he was with the Cubs, is not the guy for that. How do you use like 9 pitchers in this deciding game 3? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Dane Dunning pitches 2 1/3 and couldn't get the 2 out, so he's gone. Now Garrett Crochet comes in. Now I will give them this. I believe that Renteria and Cooper had a map that they were trying to follow. Crochet getting hurt obviously fucked him up real bad, and it fucked everything up. But there's other moves during that game that really confuse me, right? Okay, so Rodon gives up a couple, gets guys on second and third. He has 2 outs, I believe it was, and you have him intentionally walk a guy, then bring in Matt Foster, who is a rookie. This is his first postseason experience, and he has no room for error now. Couldn't even walk a fucking guy, because if he does, it gives up a run, and that's exactly what happened. He looked unwildly, throwing the ball all over the fucking place. I understand. First game in the postseason, that was bad. It's just a bad decision. Why not let Rodon try to get the fucker out if you're going to do that? It's stupid. Shit like that. Cooper, the whole thing with Cooper is bro should have been gone for fucking years. Like 12 years ago. Got rid of his ass. This is stupid. Every pitcher we get gets hurt. The only one that didn't was Chris Sale. He got hurt later in a different uniform. So that's cool. Everything else, like, what the fuck? I mean, Rodon, bus. Kopech, God, that sucked right off the bat. Hurt. Garrett Crochet now, hurt. To me, as a Sox fan, I cannot be anything more than happy with what this team did this year. They took a big step in the right direction. At one point, they were the hottest team in baseball for like a 20-game stretch, 20-plus game stretch. And it came to a bad halt, man, and it just, everything got shitty at the same time. Hitting got bad, pitching got bad, like all of it at the same time. It happens. Obviously, it's magnified more because there is only 60 games. But overall, I thought the Sox had a great year. Tim Anderson repeating what he did last year was huge. Jose Abreu, the AL MVP. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's the AL MVP. MVP-to. Let's fucking go. He deserves it. He dominated every hitting category in the American League. I mean, besides the batting average, he was still top 5. So, what do you want? Luke Giolito, great season. Dallas Keuchel, until he got hurt, was having a really great year. You lack a third. You definitely lack back end of the rotation kind of guy. I think that Dylan Cease could be a 4 or a 5. Same with Dane Dunning. I think that will be okay. The bullpen, when it's healthy, will be good. But you need a third guy. Listen, I'm all in on the Sox getting Trevor Bauer. Think it has to happen.
Oh, yeah.
They got the money, bro. Let's fucking do it. Let's go get Trevor Bauer. Let's not fuck around. And that's my big thing, too, is that the window now is starting to open. This was the beginning, right? It's very similar to the Cubs in 2015, where you felt it. You're like, there's the window. It's starting to open. Here's where we go. And the Sox have to get real with themselves. This is something that, thank God it's Rick Hahn and not Kenny Williams. Because I think Kenny Williams would fuck this up. Where Rick Hahn, I feel like he's been able to make tough decisions, and I think he can do it. Like I said, I don't know who the manager's going to be. I hope it's not Ricky Renteria, because you're just setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up to be like, all right, well, we're going to compete, but we're not really there. Listen, my big thing was a year ago. They should have went hard on Joe Girardi. That's what I wanted. Like, go do it. Get yourself somebody that is, for lack of a better term, like the Joe Madden for this team. Like, go do it. Let's get it done. And they didn't. They stuck with Ricky, is what it is. But I think now is the time for the Sox to really look at themselves and stop playing like a small market team and use that market to their advantage. Let's do it. You're from Chicago. You're in Chicago. Fucking act like it. That's what I want. I want this team now to make some moves. Trevor Bauer's the big fish. Go after him. There's no reason now. Now you are a team that you attract these type of players because you have that repertoire with the guys. You have this feeling of like this team can be a real deal team. It can be a real contender again, which is great. But you need to get serious. And I hope that's what the Sox do. That's all. Just want them to get serious, man. That's cool. Otherwise than that, great year. Had a great time. I loved watching baseball for the first time in like 12 years, man. Almost 12 years. It was so great to finally watch baseball again. I will not lie. When they clinched that playoff berth, I had to turn it on my phone at work, and I felt a tear because I was like, oh my God, like this was it. It's the end of over a decade of just nastiness, and it was like, oh my God, we're finally here. Now I just don't want them to drop the ball. That's why I'm all in. I think that Trevor Bauer, that has to be like, obviously most teams should be looking at Trevor Bauer, but if you're this White Sox right now and you have all this money to play with, like you don't fuck around. Just don't.
Yep.
Like, let's be big ballers here. Before we get into this playoff talk, I just want to quick question for you guys. Do you think that baseball should go for a 100-game season? BK's an older boomer. I know he's gonna say no.
Well,
or you still want 162? Because I don't.
No. So I like my sports to all have smaller or shorter in length, digestible seasons. Like I like there to be seasons in sports, like there are seasons of like weather. Okay. Like, you got spring, summer, fall, winter. Like I want the same for like sports. I hate it when they go on like too long. That's like why expanding the NFL schedule. I'm just like, no, thank you. Please stop. Like, no, like I want to have them like all separate because then kind of when they're done, I'm ready for them to be done, ready to try on a new pair of pants for a little bit, wear that, get comfy in it, wear that for a while, and then into something else.
Well, then what is your sweet spot for baseball? It's
more than 60.
Well, yeah, that's why I said 100. Is 100 good for you?
Yeah. I still... When would you start at the same time, or logistically, do you have any other like plans? Would you start at the same time and end earlier, or would you start later and try to end at the same time?
I think that baseball would benefit from starting around like mid-April into May, regular season wise.
Yeah, I think they should start. I think you just cut out the whole month of April. Just cut it out.
Start in May. And
if you cut it out, then it's like what, 130 something games. Then I mean, it's still a decent amount, and then you might get May, through September, and I mean most of the April games. I mean they're crappy weather. I mean for a lot of the central teams, it's terrible weather. So you don't have to worry about that. Then you have May, and you still have a super long season. So I think they could easily. Do something like that. You just cut down some of the division games that you have with teams, and that's how you make up the season there. I think that would be fine.
Yeah, I think you have to cut the season down at least from 162. It has to happen. I think anything around 100, 130, like okay. Yeah, I mean even 130 might be pushing. I don't know, but it's got to be lower. I'm sorry, baseball just you can't do it anymore. Like it's not. Good.
When it started, it had less competition then, like because you think about it, like when they did you had boxing and you had horse racing. Really, that's those are the three sports you had. So that's why they always had the longer seasons. But yeah, I like the April games though personally because I also like going to a baseball game on my birthday when I can. So
as do I. April 5th, I love it too. But it's cold as fuck when I go.
Because the Wizards are never going to be in the NBA never gonna go to that on my birthday, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So.
I just think that baseball needs to do two things. One, shorten season, make it more digestible for people, and two, moving forward, continue to embrace rivalries, man. Do shit like that. I'm sorry, the Cubs and Sox have no business playing 2 games apiece. They should always be 3. 3 at the south side, 3 on the north side. The stupid shit about they're gonna set the city on fire. It's gonna happen anyway, so just let it go. Right? Let it go. Just give me something. I mean, it's better overall, man. Just embrace rivalries. Baseball moving forward, which is something they'll never do. Apparently, is just embrace their players and letting them in marketing and all that bullshit. They don't want to do that, unfortunately. But at least they're gonna keep it. It looks all intents and purposes they're gonna keep the expanded playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. But we're underway now at the playoffs. The Rays and the Yankees, I believe.
Wait, hold on, Ryan. Quick question, because I know you're talking about this a little bit, and I know you don't exactly have a perfect candidate to replace Renteria. Just before we move on, for the White Sox, so if you could have any sort of manager, well, I'll throw 2 guys at you.
Okay.
Alex Cora.
Yes.
AJ Pierzynski.
Oh, see, I thought you were gonna go AJ Hinch, and I would have also agreed.
Yeah, well, honestly, we'll throw Hinch in there. Any of those 3, if you had to rank those, for what you want. Where would you rank those? 1 being, you wanted that guy.
1 would probably be Cora.
Okay.
2 would be Pierzynski, just because. And 3 would probably be Hinch.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, I don't think you can go wrong with Hinch or Cora. The AJ Pierzynski thing is so interesting because it's really just because I think, one, historically, you do see a lot of managers that were catchers. That ended up being really good managers. That tends to happen a lot. But for me, it's all about the spark that he could bring. I don't even know if AJ Pierzynski has any business wanting to do that. But if he does, that'd be cool. Also, Omar Vizquel, why not? You used him in the minors. Why not bring him up? Let's see something. I don't know. I think that the Sox, listen, if it's Alex Cora or AJ Hinch, that'd be great. Why not? Bring your garbage cans, whatever it takes. Let's get a fucking dub. Let's win a championship. Let's fucking do it. But yeah, I don't know. But I do. That's a good question. But I think Cora, Pierzynski, Hinch. That would be my ranking. Bro, AJ Pierzynski, man. I'd be an emotional man. I'd be like, oh my god, we did it. Let's do it. Let's run it back. It's 05 all over again. It wasn't so many years ago. So let's get into the playoffs here. Rays and Yankees. Man, the Yankees beat the piss out of the Rays in Game 1. But last time I checked, the Rays are up 7-4, I believe, in Game 2.
Oh yeah,
correct.
Still bottom
gas.
7.
Glasnow was throwing some gas out there. And Stanton finally woke up his bat. Weird, super weird. BK, with how this series ends, where do you think it goes?
The Yanks, Rays. Sorry, I was looking at something else there. My brain was not working correctly.
Rays and Yankees.
Well, so the Yankees didn't really blow the last game out there until the 9th inning. Yeah. Stanton hit his grand salami. So I think the Rays, because I picked the Yankees to go all the way and then lose to the Dodgers. So I feel like I have to say the Yankees, but I think the Rays will push it just because they have the starting pitching. So I'll believe in Snell and crew. So, but I think the Yankees win it ultimately.
Pete?
I'm going with the Rays. I mean, because I picked the Rays originally. So I picked the Rays and Dodgers. So I'll go with the Rays. That pitching staff's super good. I mean, with the Rays, they've had, clutch hitting. So I'm just going to go with them. But yeah, that Yankees lineup is just nasty. I don't know. We probably didn't have a chance to speak about it for last week. But when they beat the Indians, that was a tough out for the Indians. To play the Yankees. That team, that lineup is just nasty. So, I think whoever wins this series is going to represent the AL in the World Series. But yeah, I'm going Rays. That pitching staff's just really good.
Yeah, I'll go Rays because at the beginning of the year I wanted Rays and Braves. So let's do it. Let's fucking roll with it.
Oh yeah,
wanted to be different. So let's take the Rays, man. Let's do it. Also, fuck the Yankees though.
Bro,
I don't want to pick them, but
I know. I know. You're but I have to.
Well, and I know you guys don't like that other team there in Texas, the Houston Astros. But man,
They're good though, dude.
they've come on hot
They're
here. Are they actually good at baseball, even though they had a subpar season?
I think that they're showing you that the regular season was just there. It is what it is. Like, look at the Athletics, dude. They're outclassing the shit out of the Athletics. Thanks, A's. We could have done that, fuckers. But I'm gonna take the. I mean, the Astros. What? They're up 2-0. I mean, this series is it's done. Let's take the Astros.
Yeah.
Anybody want to take the A's?
No.
Okay. Cool.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Astros they look good. I mean, they have the playoff pedigree. Yeah. I mean, they've looked good so far. I mean, yeah. I mean, we've already talked about the A's and their struggles, but yeah. I mean, Houston just looks really good.
Oh, I feel like they're finally playing with like that chip on their shoulder, which I thought they would play with all year, and they clearly hadn't until the playoffs here. I mean, they've just looked good. They just look like the good hitting Astros team. Like they'll get on base. Like they just don't hit dingers. They're gonna get on base. They can steal. They can do it all.
Listen, I mean, my thing is, regardless of trash cans or not, right? I mean, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, like those are damn good players.
George Springer.
Yeah, George Springer. Damn
Michael
good players.
Brantley.
Nice,
Yep.
dude. Stud. Mr. Consistent. Hands
Yep.
down. So, yeah, the Astros gonna take this series. That shit's done. Fuck the A's. Let's go Braves and Marlins. Braves won today. Ronald Acuna Jr. sent a fucking bomb against Miami, and I was hyped. I was like, yeah, fucking go.
It's your boy.
Yeah, dude, I love Ronald Acuna Jr. Dude's a fucking stud. It was such a good bat flip, too. I was like, dude, look at this fucking guy. Where you guys at on that series? The Braves take care of business against Miami, BK?
I think so. Yeah, you saw the Braves surge there. They had some very tough games against the Reds. They kind of struggled mightily throughout, but they came out on the other end. And I think what P2 was saying before in the NBA playoffs, you kind of need some of those close games to see if you can really gut it out, if you can really grit your teeth and win those close games. That's what good teams do. And I think the Braves have proved that so far. Because, I mean, Trevor Bauer pitched the hell of a game against them, but they managed to come out on the other side, and they haven't turned back since.
100%. Pete?
Yeah, I mean, with the Braves, and just touch upon BK, I know he was talking about that series against the Reds. My God, what a bad series for Reds fans. You can't even see a run. But, no, I mean, that just shows how good Atlanta's pitching staff is. I mean, and it's another familiar opponent. You know, I know like most of these matchups, yeah, actually all of them are all divisional matchups here in the NLDS. So that's very
because there's no central teams.
Yeah, because the Central sucks. That's
Same with the
theme.
AL. Woo!
Yeah, Central sucks. But no, I mean the Braves are loaded. I hope that they can win this series. I had no idea that the Marlins had two starters that like throw 100. So they were able to beat one of them here today. So. No, I like Atlanta because I think Atlanta can actually hit a fastball, unlike the Cubs. So I think they'll be fine. And if they play against the Dodgers, that would be fantastic because I think they'd be a way tougher opponent than Miami, for sure.
100%. Speaking about them Dodgers, they're playing the Padres right now. They're down 1-0 to the Padres. Let me tell you, wow, that'd be fucking wild if the Padres. Well, Clevenger left though in the first inning.
Not great.
Oh,
no,
did not know that.
Yeah, not good. BK, I know you're gonna take the Dodgers, but do you think the Padres have a shot, a legitimate shot?
I know they do, just because Fernando Tatis and I didn't know that Clevenger because they just brought him back for this series essentially like that. So he was having like elbow tendonitis or something like that. So he's out the last series, and that was a big trade there. Nah, I mean the Dodgers take it, but I think the Padres will make it competitive just because that's what they've done all year. And I think we all had the Padres as a team to watch this year. We're like, hey, just watch out. They got a good young core there. Tatis and Machado gonna suck their dicks a little bit, and they deserve it. So,
well, you know what? Tatis was once a White Sox, so it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just let him go. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You got Tim Anderson. It's fine. Pete, what about you? Do you think it's Dodgers? Probably, right?
Yeah, I think it's Dodgers, and it just has to do with the pitching injuries. I mean, because we were talking about that Yankees lineup being nasty. I mean, that Padres lineup's nasty too. So I just don't know if they have the pitching depth. But hey, if they can sneak game one, put a little bit more pressure on the choking Dodgers, that'd be great.
I love that the Dodgers choke in the postseason. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's so awesome.
It's fantastic. Well, we'll see where the postseason goes next week. We'll find out. Did we see any sweeps or anything? I know, but I'm positive the Astros are about to finish this shit with the A's. That's for damn sure. Hopefully the Braves finish business with the Miami Marlins. We'll see with the other two series. I hope those are competitive. We'll find out in the next episode of Turnover Tuesday. That was pretty good. I was going for a Dragon Ball Z thing, and I just couldn't. I didn't know. All right, let's do this. Let's move on into the NFL. We've been doing weekly picks. We'll get to those at the end. We'll let everybody know where we stand in the standings. I will tell you what, one of us here is doing pretty good. Two of us here, not as hot, and that's okay. But let's start with some good positive news, depending on who you are. Pete, the Packers are 4-0 and took care of business Monday night against the Falcons. Because guess what? If you don't have a lead, you can't blow it.
Aaron Rodgers is back, baby. Aaron Rodgers is back. Love it. My man is back, slinging it. Love it. Our defense is still terrible, but that's fine because we played the terrible Falcons. I mean, seriously, had no idea who was in that Falcons secondary. But it didn't matter because the Packers had 3 guys brought up from their practice squad as receivers. So you know what? That balances it out. Yeah, they looked impressive. Honestly, you usually hate a Week 5 bye, but this could not have come at a better time for the Packers. You got Kenny Clark hurt, Devontae Adams, Kevin King got hurt. I mean, there's so many injuries on that team. Feels like a typical Packers year. But this is a perfect bye week for them to get rested, especially coming out of the bye playing at Tampa Bay. So, hey, you can't complain about 4-0 whatsoever. Offense has looked electric.
BK, the Baltimore Ravens rebounded against a terrible Washington team and are now 3-1. Where are you at?
Where I was last week, essentially the first few weeks is the offense still has the same problems. Offensive line looks better. Lamar Jackson still can't throw consistently deep, and so it's gonna bite us in the ass when we play good teams, and that we didn't play one last week. So it is what it is. Like if you want to hear me rant and rave, just listen to last week, the previous weeks, just because it's copy and paste the same problems. I know Lamar Jackson was saying after the game, we should have put up more points. They put up 31. It's not bad. Less than the points per game last year. But it's just teams are just going to kind of keep stacking the box, running a lot of cover 2, a lot of bump and run coverage to keep their corners closer to the line. So Lamar can't get out and get as many throwing lanes. So you're just going to keep seeing this until he completes more of his passes deep.
Yeah, he's not doing great for fantasy purposes, let me tell you that. It's rough. It's rough out there if you have Lamar Jackson. Right, Pete? It's a little tough. A little tough out there.
Yeah, back off, man. They'll be fine.
It's cool. Tim's quarterbacks are out here putting up like fucking 35 plus a game. Both of them stupid. Fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous. And then my other quarterbacks got COVID. That's fine.
Oh, shit. Speaking of shit, so the Chicago Bears. Let me tell you, they are who we thought they were. That's for damn sure. Because they're not very good. The defense cannot stop the run. Cannot. I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened, but Pagano's boys don't want to stop the run. No desire. Jonathan Taylor was finding open running lanes. It was ridiculous. Yeah, Hines would come in and find some lanes. Phillip Rivers, balled out on you, and I fucking hate Phillip Rivers. So like that was another thing. Like I was more aggravated than anything. This is actually the first game, and maybe that's why it's the first game I watched start to finish of the Bears this year. Because the other games I've been busy doing shit or working on shit. Like I wasn't able to watch the whole game. I watched the whole one. Sat here in Discord with Dan and David at a point in time, then Junior, and we watched the entire game. At least Dan and David and I did, and wow. I mean, Nick, listen, the first game of the Nick Foles era wasn't great. I'll give him this. The Colts defense is damn good. It's a damn good defense. Lockdown, Montgomery, who was getting like 2 to 3 yards of carry per usual. The offensive line of the Bears, fucking bad, man. fucking bad. Nick Foles can't find any receivers. He's getting sacked. It's rough. It's nasty. Charles Leno Jr., get the fuck out of here. Like, this is stupid. Allen Robinson made some great plays, of course. That was great to see. Jimmy Graham being Jimmy Graham at times. That's dope. Listen, Anthony Miller, not very consistent. Ted Ginn Jr., not very consistent. Cordell Patterson, not that great. A lot of issues here with the Bears, and I think you really saw it, right, in this game in particular, which I kind of was nervous about. I think we all took the Bears last week because we just thought, like, Nick Foles and, like, they're going to get it done. Like, they'll figure out a way to beat the Colts. The Colts offense isn't very good. Like, they'll figure it out. And they didn't. They just didn't. It was really bad. I don't know. It's tough because now they play Thursday. For all intents and purposes, spoiler alert, I think they're going to lose to Tampa. Brady just threw 5 touchdowns. So, fuck. He's loosened up now. It's just, but Mike Evans is banged up, right? Chris Godwin's banged up, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But I just listen. I think that, like I said, we saw who they thought they were. They are who we thought they were. The Bears are not that good. What made me nervous about the full switch from the jump was that if this happens too soon and things like this happen, what do we do? What do we do? Do we just ride with it and then we're going to cut bait on everybody at the end of the year? What's going to happen? Because that's my biggest fear right now for the Bears is if they have a bad year, it's probably time to start to clean house a little bit, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to afford all these guys and you're going to have to start making some deals. And it's going to be rough, man. I mean, I don't know. Bears are 3-1, though, so that's cool. We got 3 wins that I didn't know we were going to get, so cool. I don't know.
Take what you get.
It's a depressing one. This feels like BK after last week after the Chiefs game. Just depressed. This fucking sucks. Football sucks. Fuck this. But moving on here. Finally, the Texans listened, and they fired their GM and head coach, Bill O'Brien. I don't know. Did he have to fire himself?
Man.
How does that work?
He looks in the mirror and he pretends to shake his own hand.
Wait.
He's like, it's time to part ways, Bill. You got it, Bill.
No problem.
Yeah,
Bottle of vodka.
Yes.
Yeah, well, my thing is, okay, so for Bill O'Brien, did he have to, like, basically go into 2 conferences to get fired twice? So he got fired maybe by the president as the GM, and then he told the president to leave the room. Then he pretended he was the GM, firing himself as the coach. I don't know how it went. I
hope it was similar to your Zoom call, Pete, where you had to, like, stand up and present. And like,
absolutely.
Like I hope it's like
they couldn't even fire him in person, man.
God, like, that's probably what it was. He was probably like, yeah, with COVID, I can't even fire you in person. Get out of here.
Like, oh, okay.
Go. Yeah, you need to get out of here. My God, what a dumpster fire.
Yeah, the Texans are 0-4, and they tied up over $220 million to the current roster of players. Fuck.
Oh, also, they don't have a first-round pick. So, yeah, good luck. Good luck, whoever wants that.
I don't know who wants to touch that, but that's rough.
Good luck being a Texans fan.
Oh, God. Yeah, imagine being a fan of either of those teams in Texas. Fucking gross. Let me tell you something, partner. Also, that sucks and it's gross. The Titans and Steelers got pushed back because the Titans decided they were going to get infested with COVID. Nice.
COVID Titans.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. So they got an early week 4 bye. That kind of sucks, but especially for the Steelers, because it's like, fuck, they didn't do anything.
The Steelers. Yeah, just screwed them. Like, BK's gotta love it.
You know, Big Ben needs a late bye week, bro. What the fuck? That's all right.
I mean, I like what Tomlin said though. He's like, doesn't matter. You know, he's like, we're football. More football players, football coaches, like we're here to play football. So, you know, it just happened. So Tomlin's a good coach, and I like his comments about it.
Also, speaking of COVID, Pete mentioned his quarterback in fantasy has COVID. Cam Newton does have COVID. Don't know when he's coming back, but Patriot fans better hope it's soon because Hoyer and Sturber, whatever the hell their name is, sucks.
Stidham.
Jared Studham.
Yeah,
the stud.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's why they signed Cam Newton. Everybody, in case you were curious. There it is, because they're not very good. Chiefs just own the shit out of them. Oh God. Other than that, it was just disgusting. Do you have any thoughts on Monday Night Football, PK?
No, I mean, just Cam Newton's really good at football, which I think we all knew. I watched a lot of football throughout the years here. You knew that Cam Newton was good, and he just kind of fell out of favor in Carolina, and they were doing a rebuild, so it really didn't make sense for kind of him to hang around through that. So I'm glad that saga's over for Carolina and Cam, and I'm glad he's in a very good situation now, and he's going to get a fat contract next year, so good for him.
100%. Pete, your thoughts on Monday Night Football, because it wasn't good.
Yeah, and I look at it from the perspective, like, I guess from a positive outlook for the Patriots. They were still in that game. Like, if they had Cam Newton, they might have won that game. Like, they limited Mahomes, and the games that Mahomes has, like, somewhat struggled in, which is very, Mahomes doesn't even struggle at all, but the games that he has have been against Bill Belichick. So if you're the Patriots, you take that with, hey, you traveled that same day, which is so rare, honestly, in the NFL, and they were able to play pretty tough. So, good for them. But, yeah, they had Brian Hoyer start, and then, yeah, Jared Stidham came in and joined Edelman, forgot how to play football, and just basically gave the ball to Matthew. They didn't play great at all, but the one outlook is, their defense has improved. So they were able to at least limit Kansas City, but you look at it from a Kansas City perspective, we played terrible and they still won. So
that is the truth. Also, speaking of winning, the Cleveland Browns, baby, getting it done against the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
This week. Chubb went down with injury. That sucks, but Kareem Hunt, next man up, and looked good as well. So where are we at? Was it that the Browns offense looked that good, or that the Cowboys defense is just that bad?
I think it's a combo of both. The Browns can really run it. They have a very good offensive line. Once they get that run game going, they're very scary because they can set up the play action. You've got two weapons on the outside, Jarvis Landry and Odell, and then you have a very good tight end there in Austin Hooper. So once they can get the run game going, it can be scary. I honestly thought that they had a chance in this game prior to them playing just because of how bad the Cowboys defense is. But yeah, that defense is atrocious. They are just terrible. Like, there is no part of that defense that I think is very good. One of their best players is on defense is Alden Smith, and the dude has not played football really like 4 years.
True.
So, it's not good for Dallas, and we'll get to this later. But lucky enough that they're in the NFC East. But yeah, that was just, that score looked close. It was not. The Browns ran for over 300 yards. You do that in college. That's college running. What they were able to do to the Cowboys. Not only that, but they did it to the Cowboys. The Cowboys were at home. Like, you had that happen to you at home.
And Chubb
That's
went out
very
early.
embarrassing. Yeah. It didn't matter. Hey, any one of us could have ran those holes that they were creating. Like, it was, that was just, big boy football right there.
Big boy. BK, what you think?
So, I'm going to sound a little bit like a hater here and skeptic. Look, the Browns are 3-1. Good for them. Guess how many combined wins of the three teams that they beat have? 3 wins.
2. Oh, yeah.
So, I would argue they haven't beat a good team yet. Yes, you do need bad teams when you play in the NFL, but you're going to get to a point in the schedule where you're going to have to beat the good teams, and guess what? You only play good teams in the playoffs. So, I'm still skeptical, but I will say that OBJ has looked... it looks like he's maybe had like 5 girls poop on his chest like before games or something like that to really get him going. I don't know. So he looks more at home in Cleveland with that's low hanging fruit. That's an easy joke there. I'm not going to say that one. And so I guess I'm skeptical just because, like I said, you got to prove it. They've beaten the bad teams. Good for them. But when they play the Colts this weekend, let's see what happens.
When they gave up the Landry, that Odell touchdown, I was like, yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, this defense is bad. The Browns are going to tear him up. Listen, if you let Baker Mayfield tear you up, like, okay, cool. Well, what I love the most about the Browns is that they've made Baker into more of a game manager, and that's all he needs to be. When you have a running game like that, that's all you have to do. That's it. And Austin Hooper finally got involved, thank God. Overall, I thought the Browns played a damn good game, but let's see when they play some good teams. Let's see what happens, because I thought the Cowboys would be good. Hey, Dak's numbers are still good for my teams, but god damn, that defense is bad.
He's not beating any. It goes. I think I said this before the season started with Dak. He's got to prove it against good teams, and he's just not beating them. Yeah, I understand it's a team game, but and it's stupid how they've kind of changed the rules and morphed the NFL game now to where it's it revolves so much around the quarterback. So he should lead them to victory in today's NFL, and he's not. So I don't think he's getting that big contract. I doubt it.
Well, Bears will pay him, boys. Don't worry about it.
Well, one quick thing. Well, no. Well, Ryan, you want to answer that? Yeah, you definitely want him.
Yeah, I probably want Dak.
But no, on the on the Cowboys front, if your defense is that bad, if you're Mike McCarthy, how do you not hand it off to Zeke? I get it, Zeke had a fumble in the game, but seriously, he is your best offensive player. That's the reason why they were 13-3 a few years ago. They gave it to Zeke, and their defense wasn't on the field, and that's when the defense was good, when they didn't have to be on the field. So just run the freaking ball, and just figure it out. This should be a get-right game for them this weekend against the Giants. Just run the stupid ball. You have Zeke. God, stop trying to overcomplicate this.
100%. 100%. Fuck, dude. The Cowboys are a mess. That's bad. I feel so bad for Mike McCarthy because it's just dude, I know he's a good coach. I know it. I've seen it for a long time. It's just, fuck, man. That team sucks. The Saints end up figuring it out, and they play the Lions, and they got it. They got it done, man. Lions came out hot, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like, ooh, shit. I thought that would be the game to fuck up my parlays. Nope, it was all the other ones in between, so that's okay. Saints hung on the win. Michael Thomas isn't there, so it's been kind of rough around the Saints, but they got it right. Matt Patricia, boy, Pete, I'll start with you. How long is the leash?
Let's see. Right now it's 11:43 Eastern time. I think he should have been fired 4 days ago. I think the Patricia thing, oh my God. How many double-digit leads can you have? They were up 14-0 again in this game, to start it, and you're and Ryan, you nailed it there, and just said, hey, they're up 14-0. Maybe this is the Lions game. No. They just run off 35 straight points, the Saints do, and it's 35-14, and you're getting blown out. The Patricia thing, this is year 3 or 4 for him? And it's not like he took over a terrible team. Caldwell had them at 9-7. I'm sure a lot of people in Detroit would go for 9-7 right now.
Yeah.
They would take 9-7. That might be the seventh playoff spot. So, yeah. And then him in his press conference a couple weeks ago, I don't know if you guys touched upon this, but when he said he had the greatest fourth quarter call in history, or one of the greatest. The Malcolm Butler pick against Russell Wilson. It's okay, dude. Let's get off. Get over that. That was 5 years ago. Okay, that was a great play by Butler. All right, so yeah, you can't keep blowing this lead. It's just bad. It's bad leadership. I don't know what they're gonna do, but Patricia should not have a job. This is a team that I think a lot of us were high on going into the season.
Yeah, I honestly might have picked Detroit to sneak in and win that division. I was wrong. I stand here today to tell you I was wrong. BK, what about Patricia?
He's got to go. Just you're going with Caldwell. Actually, I didn't think Caldwell should have got fired originally when they bought in Patricia, but Patricia was a sexy name at the time. And he was being offered a lot of jobs, or at least was being talked about in circles of him becoming the next head coach somewhere. So I get why they did it at the time, but he hasn't improved the team, which you usually want to see. And it seems like they've kind of cleaned house, they've always been trading away guys, Golden Tate, and everything. And it's just they haven't been getting better and losing games late. It comes down to coaching to a certain point. And I was just looking at it here, because Matt Patricia comes from the Bill Belichick coaching tree. Like, how bad is his coaching tree? Like Bill Belichick, like those guys cannot coach as a head coach. So, I think Bill Belichick's probably one of the greatest coaches to ever live. And so, is he making guys like Matt Patricia and drunk Bill O'Brien look that good as coordinators and so forth before they become a head coach?
We'll find out with McDaniels.
I mean, that's BK. That's a great point. Like, what the heck is up with that? Like, usually there's good coaches and they have a good pedigree. Like, they all suck.
I mean, like Charlie Weiss, Romeo Crennel, like none of them were good head coaches. I mean, I think they're good assistant coaches, but Jim Schwartz.
Oh God!
Yeah,
it gets worse. Through the list. Yeah, not good.
Al Bro coached 1 year there.
Oh.
He's got Flores, I guess, and Flores has started off pretty well. So
yeah.
But
I don't know. Yeah, Patricia needs to go. He's not very good. Not very good. The poor Lions, man. The poor Lions. Tampa Bay took 5 touchdowns from Tom Brady to beat Justin Herbert. That's how I'm going to read that, and that's how that stands. When Tyrod Taylor comes back, what do the Chargers do? I will tell you right now, you ride with Herbert until he shows you otherwise. Kid's playing out of his fucking mind, Pete.
I mean, I feel like you have to, right? I mean, I feel bad for him because, the trainer just stuck the, injection, right in his lung. And, he can't play. But, I mean, Herbert's looked great. I mean, he's not the reason they're losing these games. It's just, I don't know how you go to Taylor at this point. And you talk about Tyrod Taylor just having like a weird career. Yeah, you feel bad for the dude, but I don't know how you don't, stick with Herbert. Herbert's look really good.
100%. BK?
You stick with Herbert. You go with the Brady method. Oh my gosh, why is his name escaping me right now? Yes, Drew Bledsoe. Like, Drew Bledsoe was a Pro Bowl quarterback. Like, much better than Tyrod Taylor.
I was going to say, I'm like, wait. Are we comparing Tyrod Taylor
to
Drew Bledsoe?
No. I'm saying that, when the rookie or, young guy impresses, no matter the pedigree to a certain degree, to a certain point of the quarterback, you kind of have to let it ride, I guess, until he plays that poorly. But I think, especially since he's a rookie and he's playing so well, you gotta stick with a hot hand.
100%. I agree. Got to. Be fucking stupid. I'd be pissed. I mean, unless you're just trying to tank, and then I guess, all right, do what you got to do. But Justin Herbert's got to be the guy, man. He's played great. Like I said, took 5 touchdowns from Tom Brady to hold off the Chargers. I mean, Jesus Christ. Panthers beat the Cardinals. Boy, that sucked. I was really high on the Cardinals, and they're falling apart. Not good. Sorry. It's my fault, Kyler. It's my fault.
Well,
what? You go, PT.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, do you think it's just the West, like the old school thinking of the West Coast team just going East Coast? Do you just think that's it?
Could be. I mean you saw it with the Seahawks a little bit before they picked it up. I mean, they were getting kind of close with Miami.
Yeah, is that the thing? Because I guess the Panthers really. I mean, I get it that they're out without Christian McCaffrey, but they're not bad. I mean, Teddy's good. I mean, and he's got some weapons on the outside. Mike Davis is, solid. I'm not trying to do a shot, Ryan, but I'm sure that the Bears would like to still have Mike Davis.
Don't worry, dude. We got Lamar Miller, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, maybe we should just tamper our expectations with the Cardinals. But I mean, I don't know if we just blame it on just going East Coast. But yeah, they didn't look great. Did not look great.
BK?
Well, I think part of it is the West Coast team going to the East Coast, which is unfortunate for them because the Cardinals go to the Jets here this weekend, and then they also go back to New York, the same stadium, but play the Giants there in mid-December, December 13th. So those are going to be another 2 tough games. But the Cardinals do have the advantage that everyone is hurt on the 49ers, and it's taking so many shots to their D-line, and the 49ers are looking rough because of injuries, and so the Cardinals have to really step up and take advantage of that. And if they don't, then sayonara.
Then fuck them. That's where I'm at. God damn it. Yeah, I need Kyler and DeAndre to step up a little bit. That would help. Yeah, it's tough. Lost to Carolina. That sucked. That really did suck. I really thought they would rebound that game. They didn't. Well, we're moving on. Moving on to next week. Don't worry about it. The Bills beat the Raiders. My biggest takeaway here is for all the doubters of Josh Allen. Right here. Never a doubt on this side, baby. Josh Allen's fucking killing it, dude. I love it. If Russell Wilson wasn't playing out of his fucking mind, I would put Josh Allen right up there as a front runner for MVP. Right with Rodgers. But let me fucking tell you, dude, Russell Wilson's playing out of his fucking mind. But I love Josh Allen, dude. Let's keep it rolling. Get the wagon going. Peter, you high on Josh Allen?
Yeah, I mean, he's played great. He's played awesome so far. I mean, I picked Vegas as my upset last week just because, I don't know. I mean, they almost blew the game against the Rams, but Josh did bring them back their previous week. So, and I thought for the opposite, East Coast team going West Coast, that maybe the Raiders would show up, especially since they played, not great against New England. But, yeah, I mean, Josh Allen showed out. He's got weapons around him, but he's playing really well. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up there in MVP consideration with Russell, Rodgers. I mean, he's right up there for sure. And especially for the Bills right now, this is a big time for them. They got a 2-game lead in the division. So they got to take advantage of this and not let New England, back in here. So you can't falter, here in these next couple games. You got to be consistent.
PK?
Oh, I mean, yeah, Josh Allen's balling out. And I think he benefits a lot from Stephon Diggs being there. I mean, you just kind of see it. It seems like anything you throw Diggs' way, he's just going to find a way just to catch it. Or he's a lot of fun to watch, and I think Josh Allen's just reaping the benefits from it. He's grown so much as a passer. You see when he rolls out of the pocket now, he doesn't just straight run or anything like that anymore. You can see his eyes like down the field, and he's kind of got the happy feet a little where. He's still chopping his feet to where he can plant real quick, boom, and pop a throw in there wherever he needs to go, which you see Aaron Rodgers do a lot, especially when he rolls out. He's always almost like on his tippy toes, kind of bouncing around, so he can just cock real quick and throw it deep. So I don't think anyone hates the Bills for the most part. I guess maybe some Patriots, Jets fans, but I don't know. Like the rest of America likes the Bills, and we're like, oh yeah, that other New York team that
Bills
less people hate, so let's go.
I love it. I love it. And then Sunday Night Football, where I was like, man, this fucking game's going to suck. I'm not going to lie, it still kind of fucking sucked. But the Niners couldn't beat the Eagles, though. The Eagles picked up the big win there. But I will say that George Kittle looked fucking great.
My God.
He is.
Yeah. I know, 100%. 100%. If you smell what the Niners are cooking, and it is a loss to the Eagles, that's what they are fucking cooking. I love George Kittle. BK, were you shocked?
Well, no, because I feel like the Eagles had some close losses where it was just like, oh man, Carson Wentz is playing bad, and yeah, his offensive line sucks. It has a lot of injuries too, and he's got a lot of injuries at the wide receiver position. Like what was there? Was Greg Ward Jr. their number one wide receiver?
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, my God. That sucks. And then and I think the 49ers obviously missed Bosa and Thomas. And and it's almost going to sound icky saying it. I think they missed Jimmy G. And I don't even think Jimmy G is a top tier quarterback. I think he's average. He's average. He's a C student. He does his homework. Maybe doesn't do great on tests, but he shows up to class every day. Everybody likes him. Teacher likes him.
Banging porn stars gets him to a B-. I'll give him that. Jimmy G, Eastern Illinois pride, baby. Eastern Illinois pride. Let's fucking go. I think who is it? Somebody. I want to say it's Cody from the Skies Falling podcast. He's talking about Eastern Illinois. I think he went there and he was saying how he's like, yeah, I tell people I go where Jimmy Garoppolo went, not Tony Romo. Jimmy Garoppolo.
My God.
Fuck yeah.
Wow. Well,
Pete, where you at on the Niners and the Eagles there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm like BK. I wasn't shocked by this because I'm pretty sure this was my upset from last week. Yeah, I mean the Niners. Like, I know we were talking about this with Baker and the Browns. Yeah, I mean that's all Jimmy G has to do. Just manage it. You have a great offensive line. You got a good running game. And people are now seeing, yeah, Jimmy is actually, pretty decent. Like, he's not a bad quarterback. Nick Mullins had a terrible pick, and there's a reason why they pulled him. And then going back to the beginning when, BK, you were talking about Chris Collinsworth just sucking everybody off. And when he was talking about C.J. Beathard, it made no sense. The dude has lost 9 straight starts. Like, how do you say he's done good? Like, no, he hasn't. Yeah, I mean, exactly. But for the Eagles, standpoint, this is a huge win for them. I mean, they need to get back on track. I mean, they played for a tie last week, which looked real bad. They should have beaten Washington in week 1. So there's a lot of games that, they should have won. And of the teams in the NFC least,
nice.
They have the best defense. They really do. It's not like, gonna be a top 10, maybe defense, but they look the best. So as long as they can win their division games, I think they should win the division. But no, that was a big win. I mean, even with the backup quarterbacks and all the injuries that you mentioned, Ryan, with Bosa and that entire defense, that's still a huge win for them to win that game on Sunday night. So mad props to Carson Wentz throwing to his number 1 receiver, Greg Ward, there on Sunday. Props to him.
Fuck yeah, dude. Wow. What a game. Yeah, no, good on the Eagles to get that dub. Now I think they are first place in that division. That is perfectly summed up, Pete. NFC least.
With that tie, that's why.
Yeah, there it is.
That could win the division. That could win the division.
God, that's fucking gross.
It will. God, it's the worst division of football. Like, again, it just seems like year over year.
Yep.
It really does, and it's just like why are like the Cowboys and Redskins just worth so much? Like, are people just drunk over at Forbes? I'm serious. Like, are they just on the Bill O'Brien just like vodka in the Gatorade bottle like treatment? Like, always the Cowboys and now the Washington football team are always like in the top 5 of most valuable teams. But
it's so stupid.
Dumb.
So dumb.
Dumb shit.
Like, so dumb.
I mean, I get it's like merch sales, other stuff, but
like, fuck them, dude. Fuck
Thank
the
you.
NFC. Fuck the NFC East. God damn it.
So bad.
It's all about the North, the NFC and the AFC Norths.
Talk about.
That's real football.
That is where real football gets played. And let me tell you,
cold. They hit hard.
Oh,
Yep.
They do though. Some players on different teams murder people. That is what it is, dude. Don't worry about it. Ray Lewis.
Oh my God.
Murders. Don't worry about it. Look at this face.
2 murders. Well,
allegedly.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And also just say rings don't lie, baby.
It's true. We only got 1 here. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Hey, we're undefeated in Super Bowls. We can't lose them.
I think technically so are we. No, we lost 1. We lost to the Colts. Sorry. That's unfortunate. Now, at the end of the show, we always do our picks. And as of right now, after last week, David is still in first with 16 points. Myself and Josh are in second with 15 points. Dan at 14 points. BK, 13 points. And Pete rounding out the group at 11. It says risk-taking. That's what it is. You get risky.
I mean, hey, somebody's going to be in last, and I'll take it for the team.
I love it.
So.
I love it.
Someone's got to be there.
Let's start with our first game of the week. Tampa, Chicago. Pete?
Oh, I'm going Tampa Bay. I saw Nick Foles play. I am going Tampa Bay. I mean, I know we talked about the injuries, possibly to Evans and to Godwin, but, like, I cannot, in my right mind, pick the Bears right now. But, hey, maybe they surprise me and win. But I'm going Tampa Bay.
BK?
Tampa Bay.
There it is.
I am going to be an outlier. I'm going with the Bears because of the injuries. And then also, isn't Shady hurt too? LaShawn McCoy?
OJ Howard is done for the year.
Yeah. And so with I that's why I'm going injuries, and that's why the Bears are going to and just kind of keep riding the high.
Call this the Tom Brady Free Agency Bowl because this came down to these two teams right here. And I think he probably picked the right one. I'm gonna go Tampa. I'm gonna go Tampa here. I don't know. Like I'm kind of in the same boat as Pete. I saw Nick Foles and it wasn't great, but I also understand Colts defense is really good. The Bucks defense isn't that good. So I mean, maybe he doesn't get as pressured as much and he can find his guys. But it'll be one of those where if they win, it'll be a really pleasant surprise on my Thursday. But if they lose, it is what it is. I kind of expected it. So, but I'll take Tampa here. Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. BK.
Going the Titans because essentially they've had more time to prepare for the Bills than the Bills have had time to prepare for them. Because we kind of knew earlier in the week that the game was going to be pushed back, at least for the Titans. So I think they've had extra time to prepare, to get angry, to be refreshed, you would assume, because they haven't been doing as much of contact drills, I would guess, with the COVID and everything. So I'm going to take Tannehill and the Titans.
You know what? That's a it's a good point where what you said about them having time to prepare.
Yep.
I didn't think of that. I'm gonna still go Bills, but like that's a good point. So now if I'm wrong, I'll break it to that. Thank you for that, Pete.
I'm going the Bills, and it's because of almost the reasons BK was talking about. Because of the time off they had, and I don't know who has COVID like on this team. So
no one
they
does.
haven't been able to practice. So I'm going to go Bills. I really wanted to go Titans. I really did because I think Derrick Henry, I could just imagine Derrick Henry being like 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. They get a couple turnovers from Josh Allen. Like I can picture that, but I'm just going to go Bills just because I don't know what the hell the health of the Titans looks like. So I'm just going Bills.
Yeah, you're giving away COVID. That's not cool, man. It's not cool at all for
Yeah.
the Titans.
No.
Raiders and the Chiefs. I will go Chiefs. BK.
Going with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Pete.
I'm not gonna pick against the Chiefs the rest of the year until they lose. So yeah, I'm going Chiefs. I'm not doing that again. Just not doing it.
Smart man.
Same here.
I was saying, I think BK did last week because he took New England.
I did. Well, I didn't know Cam was going to get COVID.
Yeah, that probably had a lot to do with
True.
it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, since COVID could still be a thing. If that happens and we made the pick, we could retract our pick and make a new one.
Oh, because I would have totes traded, changed
I
my
honestly
pick.
didn't think about it. I actually, when I was going through it, shout out to Pete for sending me the old picks because I didn't mark them down right away on my other side sheet, and I was like, BK took the Patriots. Why'd he do that? I'm like, oh, we record on Tuesdays. That's why. COVID came out on like Thursday. Sorry.
Yep.
The Battle of Pennsylvania. The Philadelphia Eagles, who are riding high after beating a depleted 49ers team, run into a, I guess, early, well-rested Pittsburgh Steelers team. Pete?
That is okay. This is why I'm picking the Steelers because of the COVID. Because they're pissed because they were supposed to play. Their players are fine, but the Titans ruined it for them. So they're going to come out pissed, and I feel bad for the Eagles because they're riding high on that victory that they had last week. But this is not a good matchup for them because Carson Wentz is going to be running for his life. So I'm going to go with the Steelers.
BK?
Steelers. Carson Wentz going to be running for his life the whole time, and the Eagles secondary still isn't where it needs to be. And Big Ben he looks like a new man. I would also, if he would have played last week, I think he would also be in the MVP discussion as well. I think he'll have another great game. I think he's going to thrust himself into the MVP conversation after this weekend.
Thrust it in. Let's do it, Big Ben.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go Steelers, too. I mean, the Eagles, aren't very good. The Steelers, on the other hand, are very good. So, they're gonna terrorize poor Carson Wentz. God, that's just shitty for them. And then we're gonna call this one the battle of teams that BK just doesn't like. It's the Colts versus the Browns.
Yep.
BK, which of the better is the better of two evils here?
Oh, the Browns. Like, they didn't leave us in the middle of the night without telling anyone. So that just tells you all you need to know.
Like a bad relationship.
Fuck the Colts.
There it
Forever.
Forever. Pete?
Wait, BK, so is that why you bricked the Browns?
Part of the reason, then also, I know earlier in the set I want to see the Browns prove it against a good team, and so I'm kind of like half cheering for them. Like, okay, I think they actually are pretty good, and well, like I said, with the running attack and Stefanski, because he did it with Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Latavius Murray, all those guys that he had up in Minnesota, and he's just doing it again in Cleveland, so it's working out for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Stefanski, has done a great job, here so far. And, to BK's point prior when we were talking about the Browns and Cowboys, I'm picking the Colts mostly because I can't see the Browns having a 3-game winning streak because that just sounds weird. And then the second thing, they really do have to prove it against, like, a good team. So, and this is going to be the toughest defense that they've, gone up against since Baltimore, and they struggled against Baltimore badly. They look terrible. So, this is a really good Colts team, but this is also a lot better of a Browns team. It is going to suck without Nick Chubb, but they have a lot of good running backs. So I think as long as they can control the line of scrimmage, force Phillip Rivers, who is basically a statue back there, if Myles Garrett can just get close to him, he's in trouble. So I think this is going to be a really good game. I can't remember the last time there was like a Browns game that's actually the late kickoff that a lot of the country is probably going to see, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, I'm going with the Colts because the Browns just got to prove it.
Oh yeah, I am also going to go Browns here. I'm going to go Cleveland Browns. Let's run it. One fucked Colts. Fuck Phillip Rivers though. More importantly, fuck them.
Dangum.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Whoa! Why do you hate Phil Rivers in the bolo tie? What's up?
I've always hated Phillip Rivers' long thing. Fuck him, that's for sure. Talking shit to Roquan Smith like that, what a piece of shit. I do hope Myles Garrett can get to him though, because man, the Bears couldn't. That was rough. That was rough to watch. Because that offensive line is so good, so good. This is gonna be tough for the Browns though, so I wouldn't be shocked if the Colts win this game, but I'm gonna go Browns. Underdog picks. Of course. You two picked the same game.
Oh yeah.
So I was down to 2 games. It was Jags. I picked the Jags over the Texans, and I had another game picked that someone else. Oh no, because I was gonna pick the Bears, but I was like, oh well, we already have the Bears Bucks game, so I can't pick them. Because I just want to pick the Bears again. So. Do that. Yeah, and so I'll take Jags over the Texans because they just fired their head coach and GM, so they're leaderless. Deshaun Watson's he's not gonna know what to do. So Jags.
Pete.
Yeah, so I'm going Jags over Texans. I'm scared for the reasons BK's not scared. That's why I'm scared, because I feel like they're gonna show up this week, and that's why I'm terrified of this. But also, I look at the Texans and they suck. So. I'm like, and they give, what was it, 6.5? Yeah. Oh, no, it's at 6. That's, no. Like, the Jags are not that bad. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I think the Texans actually win a game, but it's going to be close. So I'm going Jags. Because Minshew does not back down.
You're damn right, baby. Minshew mania. That's a good one. I had that just picked on the side anyway. But mine is Denver over the Patriots. Think... no Cam. It's going to be kind of rough again, man. I don't know. Denver looked good, man. I mean, I know it's the Jets, but, still got it done. And this Patriots team looks kind of rough without Cam. So.
Is Ripon the starter again?
I mean, I'm waiting for Blake Bortles, bro, but.
Dude, Ripon was slinging it, though.
He was.
It was against the Jets, but still.
Still slinging it, though. The interesting out of this, so, The one that interests me the most is that Josh took the Chargers over the Saints on Monday night, and that's so interesting because Herbert, for all intents and purposes, has played really well against Mahomes, really well against Tom Brady, and now he gets to go against Breeze. I mean, damn, 3 guys to start your career against. That is rough. Chargers got a chance, though. I like that. That's good. That is a good one. I like that. But the Jaguars over Texans, I think, makes so much sense just because, like PK said, they don't have any leaders. There's nobody there. For Christ's sakes. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So,
how are the Falcons favored at home against the Panthers? Like, I know it's the Panthers, but the Falcons are 0-4. How are they -2.5? Like, what is... I feel like there's a little too much disrespect for the Panthers. And maybe I'm being a homer, I guess.
No, that was the other game I looked at as my upset. I was like, I just want to pick the Panthers so bad. But I think Atlanta actually does get a win here because I think there's too much talent on this stupid team. Like, for them not to be better. It makes no sense. But the Panthers are no slouch whatsoever. So, I can't believe they're favored. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Unreal. Unbelievable. Anything else before we wrap this show up, boys?
Yankees lost today.
And
they lost.
Yep.
Yeah. So now Lakers are up 3-1.
I heard AD got banged up, though.
Ooh.
Good to see. It could be interesting.
Uh-oh.
Well, not good to see, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Hoping for injury, man. Jeez.
Right. He's one of those guys. What a piece of shit. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Let's go Heat, baby. Let's believe in the comeback. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Anything else, though? Anything else? Good. Ready to wrap this up? All right, good. I got the this sheet up this time so I don't ramble. Thanks, everybody. Of course, this has been Turnover Tuesday, presented to you by The Big J and BB Show, which you can listen to these episodes and all of our other gaming and weebisodes by going to your podcast platform of choice, such as Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, and all the other ones, and just search Big J and BB Show. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, leave a review, all that good stuff while you're there. Follow us on Twitter at Big J and BB Show, Facebook.com/Big J and BB Show. You can even search Big J and BB Show on your Instagram. If you're looking for some sweet merch, maybe a sweep mask, neck gaiter thing, go to undeadredbull.tv. Click the merch tab. You'll find Undead Red Bull and Big J and BB Show merch there. Make sure you tune in every Thursday night around 9 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/UndeadRedBull for our weekly gaming podcast recorded live, and then it comes out the next day on Friday on your podcast platforms. You also, while you're there, give him a follow and subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, make sure you just give him one of your free Twitch Prime subs. You get one every month, so give it to him. While you're also there, go to twitch.tv/slap_nugget. 2 P's and 2 G's. Give my boy a follow on Twitch. On Twitter, follow at Josh Barlog. Monday through Friday, I join him for Natty Nights at 8 p.m. Central Time, where we talk national and Chicago sports news. If you missed the live streams, make sure you go to Natty Nights on your podcast platform. Also, if starting next week, it's a Monday, Wednesday, Fridays that we'll be recording. So there's that. If you'd like to get an advertisement on the show, it's $4.99 a month. We get you an ad right in the middle of the show. You can advertise anything you want, whatever your heart inclines. So go ahead and reach out to him and let him know the Big J and BB Show sent you. And of course, if you're looking to upgrade your gaming chair experience, go to triumphchairs.com and use the code Big J and BB Show, all one word, for 10% off your order. Guys, it's been a pleasure doing this. It was a fun show. Thanks for joining us. Go fucking vote. And as always, 3, 2, 1, stay breezy.